Welcome back, all of my beautiful people. Welcome to the Katie Cat Nails channel if this is your first time. Today we're going to be getting into some Born Pretty gel polish PR. They sent me 6 colors from their spring collection. On the back here, I just wanted to point out the email for any customer service issues or anything like that. That's where you want to contact them. The polishes come in these really, absolutely love the design for these polish bottles. They are very elegant. I love the gold embossment on the black background and the matte finish. Also, gives the glossy gold print and, embellishments that extra shine to them. These are some very creamy, beautiful colors. This one is like a sea moss kind of color, like a pastel green. The next color in the collection is this really pretty forest green color. This one was a little bit thinner and more sheer than the rest of the collection. Not sure why that one has a different formula than the rest, but it's still an absolutely beautiful shade. This one here is kind of like a pastel raspberry shade, like a raspberry cream. This one was kind of like a really light chalky baby pink color. I really like this one. Actually, it's kind of more like a lilac, like a pastel lilac. Definitely really pretty. All of the shades in this collection were really beautiful. I absolutely love what I ended up coming up with. Here you can see a really pretty neutral coral color. And then of course the last color is more along the lines of a regular coral. And as you can see, the consistency of the polish is pretty thick, but it's not super thick, but the color coverage that you got from these is definitely, it's very pigmented. The consistency is a little bit thinner than what I would expect for such a pigmented polish, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do the swatches. All of the numbers for the colors are on the swatch sticks, and I will show each one at the end of each swatch. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this part play out. That way you guys can enjoy watching me swatch. I know that I said I was going to let this part play out, but I just wanted to jump in real quick and say how absolutely super creamy these colors were. I was definitely very impressed with the formula. As I said before, it's not one of the thickest formulas that I have ever tried with gel polishes, but the color payoff was definitely very pigmented all the same. Definitely a very nice consistency, and definitely not a polish you have to worry about making your nails too bulky or having to put too many coats on, except for the green one, dark green one, which was a little bit more sheer than the others.
Why?
This forest green color, even though it is a little more sheer than the other ones, it's still super pigmented, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's kind of on the verge of being an emerald green. It's super, super pretty. I think this is definitely my favorite out of the bunch, although it did take 2 coats, I think it took 2 coats to get the full color, but that's kind of most gel polishes. There aren't many polishes that are super, super pigmented to where you get full coverage on one swipe and one pass, but this was definitely my favorite color nonetheless. I absolutely love it. Greens and purples are definitely some of my favorite shades. And this is the full spring collection all together. As you can see, they have a really pretty good variety. There's a couple of pinky shades, one slightly lavender shade, and a couple of green ones. And these are the 3 shades that I chose for my nail set today. I felt like these were pretty good shades for the fall season that's here with us, even though this is the spring gel polish collection. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm using Born Pretty's full cover nail tips just to make the application process easier for me. These nail tips are super simple to use. I will include the video down in the description box if you want to see the application process for those. And I will also include the information for the product in the box down below, as well as the information for the gel polishes that I'm using today. As you can see here, I did the pinky first just because I have a bad habit of knocking my pinky in the lamp. So I always try to do the pinky first, that way I can just get it done and over with. That way when I cure the rest of the fingers in the lamp, I don't smudge it. I did have to go in with 2 coats of the green to get the full coverage, but it is a super pretty green. I absolutely love it. And it does have that little tacky layer, so this is what it looks like after it is cured and the tacky layer has been removed. As you can see, there is a tiny little patchy spot at the top, but I'm pretty sure that that was my application and not the polish, as that's the only nail that I had that on. So originally, the design that I had wanted to do, I was going to do a different design. I was going to do green on all of the nails except for the ring finger and the thumb, but I just ended up deciding to do all of the nails green. I just felt that that looked better, and then I ended up figuring out what I wanted to do with them afterwards. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the green to all of the nails. I like to do very thin coats, so sometimes it does take me 2 or 3 coats depending on the opacity of the polish, just to make sure that they are curing properly. And here is what it looks like. So I'm definitely loving the consistency and like the texture of these polishes so far. It was super easy to apply to my nails. I did not have any issues whatsoever. And so I'm going to use that really pretty pinky color, like the raspberry color, and I'm going to use the darker coral color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the green into it, and I'm going to do a marble using some blooming gel. Right here, you're just going to see me apply a little bit of top coat to the brush that I'm going to be doing the art with today. To me, it makes it a little bit easier to work with gel polishes sometimes, especially while doing nail art. I feel like it helps the application of the gel polish go on like more cleaner. That's just me personally. It's a tip that I picked up from watching videos, and I tried it and I definitely agree with it, so I just kind of stuck with it. I'm just going to marble the colors together now that I have the blooming gel on the nail. And then I'm going to pick the gel polish up with the other brush and apply it to the nail with the wet blooming gel. Now you can see that the blooming gel is on the nail. I scooped up the marbled polish with the end of the slanted nail art brush, and I'm just going to kind of deposit it onto the nail. I'm not swiping the blooming gel, I'm just kind of laying down the polish using the brush, and as you can see, it transfers very nicely. These colors look really well together marbled. I think that the pinks absolutely complement each other, and they also look really good with this green. Definitely a well thought out set of polishes. Sometimes you get some of these gel polish kits and the colors don't really go together, or they don't complement each other. I noticed that with a lot of Amazon kits, but this one, I think that all of the colors go really well together, and I'm definitely not disappointed with the outcome. They're definitely very creamy and they go on very easily. Super pigmented, which I really like. Here you can see I kind of laid the polish on a little bit thick right there in the top left corner of the nail. And as you can see, after it cured, it kind of became bubbly a little bit. That's because the gel polish underneath did not cure all the way because of how thick it was. That is nothing to do with the polish. That is completely user error. I am still learning, to do nails and stuff like that. And, also I've never had any training. I'm just a do-it-at-homer. So, you're going to see a lot of mistakes like that on here. And, hopefully together we can learn how to avoid that. So after I have done all of the marbling on the 3 nails, I'm going to go in, and I had these fall stickers lying around from, I believe, from one of my Shein hauls. So I just decided that I was going to use them on this nail set, since the leaves and the flowers were actually almost an exact match to the colors of the polishes that I chose to do the marbling with. What I like to do when I'm doing stickers to prevent them from lifting under the top coat is I will put a very thin layer of top coat down onto the nail, and then I will place the sticker on top of it and smooth it out as much as possible. That way it cures into the gel polish, and it's easier to get the air bubbles out from underneath because the gel polish takes up that space in the little, like spots underneath sometimes that do not go all the way flat. So that's just how I like to avoid getting air bubbles under my stickers. This sticker, I was having a really hard time getting all of the air bubbles out from underneath it. I think it's because of how I placed it. I definitely could have worked on my placement with this sticker a little bit, but I still feel like it came out super cute. Then I decided for the thumb, I originally was going to leave it plain, just a green nail, but I decided that I wanted to add a couple of smaller stickers. So I found one that had a flat side, and it kind of looks like a branch of some dried leaves hanging down. And then I decided to use this larger kind of curved sticker to accent the bottom of the nail. I definitely love how it came out. I think that these stickers were actually like the perfect colors and shades to match the polishes that came in this kit. As you can see here, these stickers definitely laid much flatter than the ones on my ring finger. Again, I think it's just because I rushed the placement of that one. So for the thumb, I was a lot more careful. And now it's just time to do our final top coat. I'm going to make sure that I do a nice thick layer on top of the sticker. I always like to put a thicker layer of top coat on top of stickers, just to make sure that they stay down. Getting a lifted sticker can really be a pain because it will kind of like lift the rest of the coating that's on top of it, or cause like an air bubble to travel underneath it, which makes the polish lift. But I definitely love the way that these nails came out. I think that even though this is a spring polish kit, that they definitely came together with some really good neutral, kind of like all-purpose colors. I definitely think that these are colors that can be used in the fall. I also have a 10% off code that they were kind enough to give me, as well as a referral link that I will leave down below in the description box, as well as the information for both the gel polish kit and the full cover nail tip kit that I also used today in this video. The discount code is katiecatnails, which I will leave here on the screen for you. I really love the consistency and the quality of their gel polishes, and I really love the full cover tips also. But these polishes are super creamy. The consistency is wonderful, and I absolutely love how these nails came out. I think that the stickers and the colors of the polish definitely match perfectly, spot on, and I'm just super happy with how these came out. Until the next video, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you later.
So then, why?